sun. We will rise at dawn and never stop until we've won. The time has come, we will rise like the sun and we'll never run. And we will fight till we won. We will bite, we will smite all through the night. We'll never sleep, never rest. Put the faith to the test, the self-obsessed, self-confessed, self-professed, divinity, nobility. Your God is a fraud, so stop. We're done with the violence and the fury and the cruelty. I said we're done. We will win the war, we'll win the fight, the end's in sight. All you see in us is barbarian, but all we want is to be equalitarian. We will rock, we will never stop, standing on the top of the hilltop, and we will mock viciously, capriciously. We're tired of assault and the bigotry. You seem so full of wit and chivalry, but when we knock at your door, you'll break. We're done. We have fire in our veins, and we will break these chains. We're done. We won't be ripped apart. You will be burned and battled.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Rapid Riders, episode 67. I am Sam. I am your Dungeon Master once again, and I am joined by my lovely Rapid Riders as they are making a plan to trap the students long deceased but still walking around this school. But I will let them introduce themselves before I go any further. First of all, Bree.
Hi, I'm Bree, and I'm playing Diana. She's a sun elf, bard of eloquence, / divination wizard. That's the one. Yeah, she's learning lots of spells, finding lots of things. She likes it here. Except for, like, the undead peers, but that's fine. Yeah. Fun times.
Cool. We have welcome back, Ben.
Hello! Been a couple of weeks. I'm Ben. I play Zeke Boondiggles, the half-gnome, half-dwarf, half-monk, half-warlock. Currently very sweaty and very
Not
dirty.
with the party.
And not with the party.
He's been turned into an undead. That's why he's all dirty and sweaty.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is us rolling his new character.
Yeah.
Yeah, this entire episode is just one person's character creation.
Yeah, we're going to do a dice rolling start to finish. Doran.
Hi, I'm Doran. I play Halibut Tyree, everyone's favourite human noble to hate, sometimes. He is a blood hunter, he is a fighter, he is very rich, and he's very happy right now because people are listening to him and doing his plans. Doing his plans, he's asked. He's suggested.
Plan maker.
Plan maker.
Apparently.
He's feeling seen right now in the party dynamic.
Well, we're going to have to change that.
Yeah, if you've not seen the movie, it's like the bard's job. That's literally it.
Well,
I make the
we
plans.
also make plans.
And then I make new
You make plans
plans
that fail.
when those plans fail.
So you make plans that fail.
No. No.
Seb.
So, hi, I'm Seb. Seb?
It's not your name.
You've said.
That's not my name.
Are you sure?
Who are you?
Who am I these days? That's life's question. I play Taxes. Was once the only human of the group. I was once the only rogue of the group, but now is the rogue / way described monk of the group. Taxes is also very happy right now. For different reasons. Their hair is short. Happy days.
Yay! And disposed of correctly.
And disposed of correctly, yes.
Fuck you, Z.
It's two streams on the trot button getting insulted. God damn it.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, bitch.
Welcome back. Phil.
Hello, I'm Phil, and I'm playing Dunstan Dewey Fairfoot. Dewey's part halfling, part dew elf, all wholesome, mostly ranger, a little bit of rogue for a little spicy bit of scout to make him more rangery than, taking levels in ranger. Okay, I'm going off topic as usually do. He's a swarm keeper. He's got lots of birds that usually help him be useful. And yeah, there we go.
Last session, the party had made their plan of what they were going to do in the next step of figuring this all out, what to do about Telvalion, how best to restore the school, what to do about the Empire in general, because they know we've still got to get to Archivicula and release all those mages, which could be really useful for them. They decided, let's make the school more safe, let's trap these students in one place, and the best place it looks to do that is this old arena. It's probably the best thing to call it. It's an old sports arena that has high walls, seating on the inside as far as they can tell. Some damage to the walls, but maybe they can find a way to block those off. So they travelled there, asking Telvalion again to cast a high-level spell, summon all of the Hoodoo Drudge ex-students towards them. They made their way via the pub, which was sort of a hub of bard learning in this area, found a lot of interesting both wizard spells and a bard magical item, as well as some very nice wine in a sort of wine cellar formed from a natural caverns run beneath the school. Not realizing the noise they were making, that a certain vampire found their way towards them, but not nearly enough in time. They tried to drink a vodka spiked ochre jelly before realizing what it was. Killed it, and then took the spell that summons it with them, and made their way back out into the fading day towards the arena. And that is where we rejoin our party. The Hoodoo Drudge are still, especially in this area, not interested in anything but the powerful magical source they know is coming from them, the miasma, but not quite stupid enough to go running into the danger of it. And you guys arrive at the arena. I have moved us over to that onto roll 20 so you can get a bit of an idea of what we're looking at here. It's very similar to the big map scale picture. I have not done much editing. I have not had much time this week. But you see these big big triad of towers. Obviously, the stairs around are seating areas, so lots of rubble and dilapidation all over the place, as you can expect. These big three towers that look like at the very top is open balcony to watch the ongoing below. At the very southern edge of the arena, you can see another balcony that sort of juts out. It looks like it is almost a commentator booth kind of thing, where probably the actual staff members, as opposed to just magi, were sitting. Again, quite damaged. Noticeably and immediately, another thing you notice is that although there is this sand circle in the middle, or I should say a sand, circle but long.
Oval.
There is living grass. There is lush, verdant living grass. Some of it has been killed off in what you can see by exposure. A long circle. We're doing Chasing Shadows. Yes,
it's a mistralism. Hello, Raiders. We've had Raiders.
Oh, hello,
Hello,
Raiders.
welcome. We've just started. Yay.
As we are looking at the sport arena, you can see multiple breaks in here. And I'm just going to draw this on so that they're clear to you. But everybody make a perception check for me as you're sort of coming into this space. And I will give you any additional bits of info.
Oh,
Useful
wow.
in this game. Actually have them.
8. I'll take the 8.
Natural 1.
Ooh.
Am I doing something?
I want you to tell me, normally quite perceptive taxes, what distracts you in this moment? Because a natural 1 is bad luck, and perception checks is usually because you had to focus on something else.
How cold your neck is right now?
Yes, used to the hair being gone. It's itchy as well. Like it's mostly fine, but it's itchy.
Oh no, you cut your hair, but you're still
They
wearing the
didn't
same
wash,
clothes.
yeah.
Oh no. It's all in the
Um,
neck and it. Ugh.
What are those other perception checks?
8.
8.
Disadvantage.
Yo.
I only have one eye.
Real long circle.
It's a very
Oh.
long circle.
I
Whole
I
hair
had
that we
a
came through.
You
I
came
had
through
a
the hole at the top
21.
here.
Ooh.
That's almost the
21.
highest I can ever get, so it's fine.
You see, and what did you get, Phil? For doing
25.
25. The pair of you pretty much see everything. You see, obviously, this big red line is where you came in from. You can see there is a small cavity through this rubble here in the distance, something that you could definitely squeeze through, all of you, and certainly the Huda Drudge could squeeze through, but it's a tight bottleneck.
Okay.
This stone is quite high, which means that, again, a little bit of a bottleneck to get through here, but this is blocked off, if that makes sense. Where I'm putting the sort of inches and circles is actually blocked off, so there's just that small bottleneck there. There is quite a big hole here that has been blown out through the top there. In general, it's best to think of where you're coming through here is at the same level as the top of the stairs, and then it descends into the ground. If you like, it's below ground level, if that makes sense. The stairs going down. So if you were like just as you approach, you're looking down into the center of it. But the walls are still high enough that you're confident these things couldn't climb over quickly. And it's a little lipped as well, so they would struggle to just climb up and out of here. But these are the 4 entry points, as you can see. You imagine in times before, there wouldn't have been as many easy ways in here. These sort of doors on the outside sort of lead to the steps and the stairs, but they don't allow exit from the middle. Like there's enough of a lip from the sort of from where we go from steps down to the level of the grass that they wouldn't be able to just jump up and over, if that makes sense.
How deep is it?
It's about 20 foot from the bottom of the stairs down to the grass beneath. It's more like 15 foot, but yeah, 15, somewhere between 15 and 20. You don't think it's perfectly measured there. The other thing you both notice on over 20 is there are these green crystals that look like they're naturally growing here and here. They're not like pulsing with light and magic, but they are crystals in amongst all of this. And they are still present and seemingly intact, although they're glowing in these clusters, if that makes sense. I'm going to get rid of my rubbish drawing there and just do a big red pin onto the two crystals, and hopefully you use the tail ends of this inner oval here.
So they're magical.
They're not like pulsing, like we are magical, like big things, but they have survived all of this in a very magical place. So you surmise on the 21 they might have magical properties.
Cool.
I will also say, so as you're coming in, you see that from the level of the, the actual business area of the arena, there are ways to get in and underneath the stairs, but it doesn't look like there's a way out. But you imagine there's like places where, especially underneath the 3 towers, there's places where the athletes would go to either retire or prepare themselves, train, that kind of thing. Like 3 different areas under the 3 towers. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's how you would get into the pit area.
Yeah. You sort of have to go in the tower and then come out this way, if that makes sense. But accessible. Like you could travel underneath the stairs to get from one to the other, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
There's a sort of ring there as well. Cool. I think that's everything for now.
You said all this was connected under here.
Yeah. It's like a big tunnel underneath this. Like you can walk underneath and hear the sound of a crowd above, and travel from one tower to the other.
And then to get into the arena, it's just
to go out one of the towers.
You would go through in one and out the others. Doors that are easily barricaded, and to stop them getting through there.
Got it. We say nothing to everyone else.
But the big reds are breached points that need fixing, or choosing one as your, this is where we let them come in, point. But then need to close later because otherwise they can leave the same way they came in.
Yeah.
Yeah, point all the bits out, the entryways and
I will
things like that.
also
so
do that because I never ever do a perception check.
Good. Yeah.
Excellent. This is perfect. This is ideal.
Point out some stuff, and Dewey's like, yeah.
There's magical shit over there.
Yes.
Oh.
This is ideal. This is perfect.
I mean, it's a lot. It's quite big area. I mean, in the north west, you said that's a huge hole, Sam.
North and west is that's a
Where you
pretty
walk through.
huge.
East.
Like at the widest point, it is
Oh,
here.
that
It's
one.
gonna be like 15 foot wide. That would be the hardest to fill. Well, hold on. What's the one that you came through? Let me just turn on Euclidean measurement. So don't. Well, I don't know to my mind. Yeah, about 15 there, and then for when you came through, like this rock is big, but you have like two. You have a 15-foot one here, and then a 10-foot one, and then this one is like 15. This one at its smallest point is maybe 5, not even 5, like because 5 is this big, like my arm span, enough that you could run through, but not enough that you could comfortably fight in, if that makes sense. And this one is about the same. So 2 small choke points, a big one, and then almost like a compound massive one where you came through.
Alright.
Yes, there's still quite a bit that we're gonna have to shore
patch up.
isn't it?
Not as much as you might think. The tower that we're just walking under here seems ready to collapse. If we get a collapse into the hole, it could fill it up with rubble. So that would knock out at least 2 holes.
That'll make a lot of noise.
It would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the issue.
I have boom boom balls.
What?
Boom boom
Boom,
balls.
boom, ball.
Oh, those things.
Oh,
Black
they're like
powder.
balls
Oh,
that
black
explode.
powder. Oh,
Yeah, and balls.
you have some explosives. Oh, I see.
Do we do that now to start, or is
Who
this
is this?
when we
Who is
drive
this guy?
through, ready to blow the whole thing and knock the tower down?
Yes.
Is this the one that we maybe let him through and then tower goes down onto it?
Yes, they will be funneling through here when the music plays and the thing starts, and someone should be hiding in the tower with one of these boom boom balls
Aye,
to explode it and collapse the whole tower into the hole.
Yeah. Okay.
So
All right.
What if it
But we
doesn't
should-
hold them though?
It would at least slow them down.
And
As
then
in,
we gotta.
they won't all flood out at 500 as they came in. If 1 or 2 of them gets out, that's fine. I would still count that as success. If we eliminate 400 out of the 100, 400 out of the 500, I would say that's a win. That makes everything easier.
What if whoever blows up the tower then kills a few?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they'll be all piled in the center before that happens.
Okay.
But we can't guarantee that's gonna happen.
They seem quite mindless. They wouldn't linger around blocking off exits. They would run directly to the point of the magic source. Again, theoretical. You could possibly be right. Like, they could linger in the entrance for whatever reason.
Well, that's good for when they're in here, but what do we do to shore up the other gaps?
There's plenty of rubble around. We could move it and shore up some of the other gaps as well. It will take some more. It will take a little while.
We don't have a little while, do we?
We have at least, was it 3 hours, 2 hours?
Maybe you spent the better part of
telepathy?
half an hour. You still have that telepathy open if you wish to ask Telvarion. But last time it was about 2 hours before they realized we're not going to get him at miasma. Let's start going back to where we were.
Is Telvarion able to cast more spells to keep them there longer instead of just using the one?
Maybe. Yeah.
It's worth a try. Give us more time to work.
Let's see if we need it. That makes sense.
Yes.
Because if we don't make any noise and we don't cast any spells, then they're not gonna flock.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, we best.
She says, casting lots of spells.
All the time. All the time.
We best get moving then, I guess, and
Yes.
so we got a lot of boulders to move, rubble to move.
Dewey, do you have access to your birds here?
I
Magical.
don't know. I don't
I was gonna
know
say it's magic.
what you guys have said to me that we have some kind of magical connection. So I've been reluctant to call them.
Oh yeah,
Why?
because it's magic.
Because
But it's not
Because,
casting
yeah.
a spell. I would imagine it'd be kind of like my magic, where it's very small range. They wouldn't drag anything near, because they're too far away.
You have in the past had these minor magical effects. You know, the casting the spell seems to be more potent in drawing things in, especially because you can level that, and then minor magical effects seem to work on the same range as cantrips, if that makes sense.
that's well, you think it might
Things
be
like Fairfoot's Flock, which is a spell, would.
yeah. So you think that'd be kind of like just how it was with us carrying magic items? Then it would be like if they're nearby, it might draw them, but
A little bit more potent than magic items. Maybe I've roughly estimated 100, 150 feet potentially, with
Okay.
minor magical effects.
I don't really want to draw those things to them or us. So
You may not have a choice. Your flock would be very useful in moving a bunch of rocks.
I mean,
I've seen them push way bigger things than them. They work well as a team.
they could probably lift some brick-sized bits between them, I guess.
They can lift you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it takes all of them though.
but still more hands than we have currently.
Okay, if you think it's a good idea.
I don't think it's a good idea. I think it's a necessary idea. Difference.
Okay. You want me to call him?
Yeah.
Make no apologies on how they look,
I do.
because when we were in the Underdark, things got a bit fucked up. No, he doesn't say that, because that's a
naughty
no-no
word.
And Dewey would not say that. They might look a bit
Wow.
messed up.
I'm sure.
And he whistles.
You whistle. Is this you casting Fairfoot's Flock?
No, this is me literally just calling my burbs to me, which I generally haven't. I think I had Craig the pigeon with me in the library, but otherwise that's kind of been it.
As you whistle and draw on this connection, where you know how, this whistle, wanting, willing these things, summoning them to you,
He's just like, please be birds, please be birds, please be
you
birds.
guys begin to hear just small flutters as on the sort of outside ring on the ceiling you can see birds begin to land. Pigeons, crows, blackbirds, jackdaws, nightingales, magpies, all kinds of wild birds beginning to flock. Leave the call.
Thank Tatuna, I thought that was going to be... I
No.
thought they were going to be like zombies or something. Okay. Alright then. And
All done.
is that... Out of character, is that something that we determined that cantrips aren't that triggering for
You
the
did
nearby?
sufficient experimentation to know how the
It's
range
like-
of cantrips.
A few of them, and then they just brought a
Yeah.
few more.
Yeah, somewhere in the range of like 100 foot, and then every level of a spell from adds first level spell will be 200 foot, ninth level spell will be 1,000 feet away, etc.
Okay, that makes sense then, because like one of the spells that you get as part of being a swarm keeper, you get the cantrip Mage Hand, which is purely like you're not casting an invisible hand. It's your swarm is doing that.
Yeah.
It's like 100%. So I essentially would set about doing that.
Mage hand.
And just getting them to.
What's your strength score? Just Dewey strength score?
-1.
Okay, so you watch as you summon birds to go and lift rocks. They follow the command of a mage hand. Every rock they try and carry is no more than 10 pound, so like 5 kilograms. They're small rocks, but you have enough of them that they begin doing the job in a effortless way, if that makes sense. It's a slow conveyor belt of small rocks that begin piling up. Where are you trying to pile them up?
Every little helps, I guess. I would ask first, like, which one do we want to start closing up?
This is perfect. A lot of little rocks. You can easily block the doorways leading into the bottom of the arena.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can close the sort of the tower entrances easily.
Yes.
Doing that.
I would say, like, could those not be things that we could use wooden barricade?
You could, yes.
I could save moving the rocks for, like, the gaps and stuff.
Yeah, move the rocks over here and here.
So the bottom, the two southern entrances.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll say Dewey's. It's going to take you time to do that. So Dewey's sort of coordinating, blocking those two entrances. Like even at a certain point, 5 kilograms is not super heavy, so you just sort of help your birds. You're perfectly able to lift 5 kilograms, and I will get rid of those arrows as you spend this time completely blocking these entrances. I'm just gonna, rather than like draw lots of little rocks, I'm gonna take a big blue and just draw lines of like, no, that choke point doesn't exist anymore.
So that's what Dewey's doing.
Yes.
Dagwin?
Yes.
The rocks in the arena itself, specifically these ones Halbert points out, do you think you could move those with a little help?
Some of them are heavy, but I could move them. The smaller ones I could move. The ones that are maybe 10 foot long and about 5 foot wide of pure rock, I could maybe drag.
Perfect. And we want them away from the wall itself, so they can't use it to climb on, and needing and lower the distance they need to climb on each other to get up to the wall. If you can even move them to the center, it would be perfect.
I'm going to roll an intelligence check for Dagwood. I could even take my mallet. I could try and shatter some of them so that I can make smaller rocks, but I can then move.
That would be perfect.
Okay, I'm going to start doing that. It's going to make a bit of noise, but
it should be fine.
We've got a flock of birds here. I feel like I can make a bit of noise.
And also it's a dome, this area, so hopefully it should echo upwards, if anything.
Does anybody have like a ball bearing or something?
We have 998 of them.
If I can have that, then I can make a bit of a focal point for my hammer to like shatter point.
I will go into the ghost magic bag.
Pass Dagwen a ball bearing, and she gets to work on these rocks. We'll say they're no longer there. I'm assuming you're keeping the top one, so Dagwen is going to get to work on blocking this one. She might need a little bit of help, or I will say it will take her time. She needs to shatter these and then move them, and her strength check to do it is not super great. She's like breaking heavy rocks and then moving them a long distance. Certainly, this is no longer a threat of them jumping up and out using these rocks like a stairway, but blocking this way, she's going to need some help to get the job done within an hour or two, if that makes sense.
I can lend hand.
Okay.
Okay. You make a strength check.
Sure. Natural 20.
See,
You
Tax is about to say, Taxes is so strong.
She's like expecting you to like move rocks into position for you to break. You move rocks into the way. She breaks them, and by the time that she is like lining up for another one, you have like shifted them almost all the way to the blocking point, and
Ow.
she's like, okay. It takes some like rope tying. It takes some like cleverness to like, yep, that's how we're gonna make this easier on my like muscles, so I can use
you
all
have
my
the
muscles,
traversal pit
not
on.
just my arms and back. But you.
You have the traversal pit on too.
Taxes has a -1 to their strength. They should not be this
It
strong.
should not be this
That's
good.
so strong.
But the two of you working together get this job done, which leaves
They
Halbert
brought down a
and Diana
wyvern once.
And Garrick.
and Garrick. They are working on this. You have these crystals. You have the tunnels underneath. You have these places, these training places between the towers to explore as well. Oh, sorry, I should say under the towers. The tunnels are between the towers. Under the towers are where these training places are. That's it.
Okay.
Because you came in this way, sort of caught half a glimpse of like something in there which looked like they probably trained there. It's up to you if you wish to explore it. I'm not going to force you.
Yeah, I'd like to do that, but yeah, I want to see these things.
Yes.
Diana and Garrick, do you wish to explore while I block off the entryways to the tunnels?
Sure.
Cool. And then when the final rock comes, we can blow up the tower, and that should be all access clear. Hopefully.
Sure.
In that case, make me. I'm going to say make me an investigation check, because your job's not hard, just finding wood and something to nail it into place with or barricade it. So just make a low DC investigation check. Halibut.
Do I have disadvantage on this?
No, you do not have advantage on this.
Aw.
Investigation, you said?
Yeah.
So 14.
14. During the time that all of this is going on, you perfectly find enough materials to heavily barricade the doors so that the only entrance in and out of this place is the one that you guys came through, is this one where you've got the yellow lines and the big red arrow.
Yes, brother, could you hand me that nail? And a shadow hand just like hands him a nail.
Ew. Ew.
Yes. It's less like, oh, there's a bunch of nails on the ground, so much as, well, they're not using this anymore, so you pull the nails from something that was using it. Or like you find a bit of rubble that had nails sticking out of it, and then you take that and use that.
Yes, perfect.
Well, at this point, the only tower that you can start with is the one at the top. And the crystals there. So I'm assuming you wanted to start with the crystals.
Yeah, let's go with crystals. In the middle.
Cool. Make an Arcana check for these crystals.
Just Garrick help.
Garrick will help you, pointing out.
Yay.
There's no like symbols or anything on them, but they point out what they notice it's doing and stuff like that, and help you with like any directions you give.
18.
Arcade trickster. 18. Not humming with magic, not glowing like but definitely magical in their nature. When you're looking into them, you can see like no natural. As much as it looks like it's kind of a natural formation of crystal, you think it's just been left to grow rampantly, and maybe it was a bit more neat 50 years ago. You don't see like big pulses of energy coming off of it, so 18 is enough to determine, based on what you're seeing, it's a low-level magical effect, or more accurately to say it's more of an ambient low-grade effect than it is like a big, powerful thing that it's doing.
Can I touch
Based on you touch it, there's no reaction to it.
Okay. What?
What you do determine on an 18, I think you're fairly sure that it is almost like druidic in its nature because it has this natural power, and I think that's enough on an 18 to get you over to the idea that it might be doing something. Because this grass is so unnaturally verdant and green here, You think it's probably these crystals keeping it verdant and green when everything else in this university
So
seems
they're
to have died.
sprinklers.
They are magical sprinklers.
Magical
They are magical. Keep the grass nourished and green, not dying. You think the only patches of sand in here that are in the middle are probably caused by burning and explosion.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
That's neat. Let's go
You
explore.
don't know if you chipped off a bit of a crystal and took it with you. You don't know if it would still work, but you don't think it would destroy the crystal cluster either.
Wait, I need a crystal, don't I? This is why you're doing this.
I did not know you need a crystal.
I don't know if I need a crystal or not.
I don't know you need a crystal.
Okay.
I'm just saying that this is a crystal that you feel like if you took this and planted it somewhere else...
Do you just know me well enough to know that I'm
You
gonna...
want crystals.
I'm gonna take the shiny thing.
It's not like an easy thing of like, oh yeah, crystal, clunk, and you take a bit off. It would take a hit or a...
Okay. No, they're doing a good thing. Let's walk around the thing.
The first tower you come to, you see a few things that are obvious straight away before we make any investigation checks. There are a couple of padded benches. It looks like a sort of cloth padded bench, and alongside them you see dumbbells, free weights, kettle weights. This is like a weight training room. Make an investigation check to see if you can find anything else.
It's the muscle wizard's room.
The muscle wizard.
Muscle wizards, you know it.
Those war wizards, innit?
Did you even cast, bro?
23.
23. You see right next to what looks like a heavy set free weight bar. So picture like a deadlift setup. You see there is a big cloth pouch, like a Hessian sack pouch, about yay big. And when you open it up, it's full of chalk. Powdered chalk, but chalk all the same. You think like you could scoop your hand in and draw circles with this as much as you could with like a stick of chalk. You also, what was your roll again? 20 plus, wasn't it?
23. Yeah.
23. You see a ye olde gym bag and see some notes in there. You see like correspondence of like, I have noticed your, what's the proper word for it? It's not posture. I've noticed your form be slightly off. Consider straightening your back more. Then something else like, hydrate. It'd be the most important thing for games. Underneath, dude, I hydrate. I drink Nurian Dew Code Blue. I know what I'm doing. And then underneath you say, Nurian Code Blue is for losers. Nurian Dew is for losers. Try this. And then it gives instructions in there to a flask that is in the corner. You do not know exactly what is in it, but it smells potent. It's some kind of potion in this flask that you have found. I'm going to keep making reference.
Your lats looking hella weak.
My lats look weak, bro. I'm going to keep
gains potion.
Keep making Chasing Shadows references until it kills me. Nurian Dew. That's pretty much everything you find in this room. There are these heavy lead weights in here, chalk, and then this flask that you have found in here.
Cool.
Of some kind of potion.
Oh.
I think Garrick wanders over to one of the weights. Garrick wanders over to one of the weights, like stretches. Nah, you just know it. It's rusted. I don't want to cut my hands right before I finish.
How heavy is it anyway? I want to give it a go.
Make a strength check.
Yes. This is the only time I just need you to be really good.
I really want in this moment for Taxes to run past the window just carrying a rock.
Just strength.
Yeah,
just
this is
strength.
like you're just watching Halibut finish barricading up his door as you see Tax is going past, like dragging a heavy rock on the back like a fucking tire pull.
Good job, Texas.
Would
Oh,
you go
God.
strength check?
Oh god, that is really heavy. I think I pulled a muscle. I got 2.
Weak helps. Two of you just like, yeah, it's really heavy.
Oh my God,
We cut our hand.
That's so heavy.
ignoring
There's
its leg and
definitely
can't get
no
rusty.
wizards in here. There's
Yeah,
definitely no wizards in
Give
here.
him a bless and
Ever.
everything.
Next one.
Yeah!
Yeah. You start walking around the tunnel. To the next one.
And no one
In
shall
the
know.
tunnel, you don't see a lot in the tunnel. It looks very dusty and untouched in here. You don't know whether there's no reason for the Hoodoo Drudge to come along here, or if they just choose not to, but it seems largely like you might have been the only people walking in these tunnels for the last 50 years. You come to the next tower.
Got all
There
around.
are a few things in here that are obvious to notice. You see these wooden racks that could be weapon racks, empty now, but they don't look quite right for weapon racks because they're equal. Rather than being like equal balance, it looks like a heavy balance in the middle as though it's supposed to support something heavy. And you see these sort of what look like ropes hanging on the walls around. Make your investigation checks, and you have advantage because Garrett is helping.
I rolled a 3 and a 4, so 9.
9.
Let's.
You're not sure what this room is meant to be exactly, but those ropes, as you get closer, do you have any proficiency in land vehicles or anything like that?
Well, no. I can't play the drum.
Can play the drum. I'm gonna say I don't think Garrett has any proficiency in that.
Someone
Garrett,
does though. Taxes?
You look at them.
No, I don't.
No?
They
Play the
certainly look magical. You're not sure what they do because they look pristine amongst all this ruin. They look like the different colors of braided rope. Like one looks bladed black and white. Another looks like it's purely like brown. Another looks like it has feathers braided into it along the length of it. You notice some of them have like metal. Well, they all have like metal rivets along the length of it as well. You're trying to determine exactly what it is.
How many
there's
of
like
them?
some leather worked in there as well. It's strange.
How many of them?
There's like about 6 of these here.
Maybe one for each class.
It doesn't look like there's one for each class. It looks like there's just happens to be 6. You see some empty racks as well, as though not all of these that have ever lived here are still here, as though some were taken either by the Empire or by the students fleeing or something like that.
Can I touch one?
You can touch one, yeah. You sort of can pick it up even and sort of like hangs in your hand, just a long rope. You'd say probably like if you're holding it at your head height, it hangs down to your feet, and it's a big loop. Make a perception check.
Is it light? Is it daytime?
Be heavy. You're inside at the moment.
But it's daytime.
It is daytime inside. Whether
That
the
is-
sun is not.
The wording it says, I don't know. That's fine. I'll just do it once.
Very
Oh, okay. 20.
You
Yay.
smell something on the air, even though it's 50 years later. There's almost like this horse, equine, like stable smell. But I think you had a 9 investigation. I think that's just enough to tick you over to look at me and go, oh, these are reins that you're holding.
Oh, okay.
Big reins.
They're normal size horses, or?
It looks like it would fit a normal size horse.
Oh.
You've not spent a lot of time around horses. You've used them to travel occasionally.
Yeah.
Sometimes
know
you're
that they were.
usually not on the horse most of the time. You were like in a cart or something like that.
And I guess this for the saddle.
There's no saddles here, but the big heavy weighted like rack looks like
Yeah.
it would have held saddles and
Saddles.
livery and that kind of livery.
Oh,
Tack's the word.
okay. Mounted combat.
Or mounted racing.
Oh. Or druid racing.
but these rains are definitely magical in some way.
I definitely think that they used these for druid racing.
There we are.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Walk around.
Cool. You walk around to the final one. You see, different to the others, this one has doors as you approach. As in, the others were sort of like open plan, like to the tunnel, you just walk in and you walk straight through, you don't have to open a door. There's no indication that there was ever a door, whereas these still have doors affixed to the hinges. A little bit of like a glass pane in the middle as well, so you could like look in and through, and you can easily look in and through and see what look like. It looks like tubs of some kind, like big vat-like tubs that are sort of set into the ground, maybe a little lip above the ground, and what look like pits of like stones maybe in the middle. Hard to tell from like just looking through this dusty glass. You'd have to go into the room to know for sure.
Sure, let's go into the room.
Cool. Make an investigation check. Can you have advantage because Gareth is helping you? Sidekick. /level.
Well, one was a 1, and then the other one was 14.
14. You realise the reason that there are doors in here is to hold the steam in, because this is a steam / sauna room.
Oh boy.
Although the stones are cold, the water is long since gone, or whatever is left brackish. It will take some getting it back up to scratch. But you don't find anything magical lying on the ground or anything like that. It just looks like it was a big steam sauna room that could have housed 20 or 30 people quite comfortably in here. Well, maybe not comfortably, but certainly could have housed 20, 30 people. Couple of these like sauna tubs, and then just like these stones in the center were like sauna stones to put steam on it.
Does it look like the Huda Judge got in here?
Doesn't look like they got in here. No.
So what you're saying is we could come back, even though...
You don't know if they chose not to come in here, or they could not come in here. There were doors in the way, but you could open them fairly easily.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
That is what you find under these 3 towers.
And then we'll go back round.
Yes, yeah.
Did that take the same amount of time as these guys?
I'm going to say you probably have like an extra half an hour. The rest is like a lot of work to do. But you and Garrick maybe have half an hour either to assist and help people, or start planting those boom boom balls into this tower in a way that you know it's going to fall and collapse it into place.
Cool. If Garrick can do that then.
Cool. Garrick will get to that. Cool.
Does he need help?
Garrick might need some help.
Okay. Can I identify some things and then notice he's not doing very well and then go help?
Absolutely. Your help is much appreciated.
That's not where you should put it.
Oh yeah, because
It's upside down.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
because...
follow the other direction if I put him in.
Yeah. Did you get a 1?
He got 2, and he got much better on the second roll.
Wow. Yeah, no, the other side.
He's smart. He just can't roll. The boy.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Okay. He sort of goes into cracks in the ruins, puts them here such that when they blow, they'll go. He also got enough on the roll that he, with your help, aligns them to a point where you could light the fuses one by one, or maybe something that will casting fire along the length of it could let them all go off at once, if that makes sense. It gives you the option if somebody stays behind and lights them, and then stealth the fuck out of there, or somebody shoots a firebolt across it, or throws a torch in a way, or fires a flaming arrow, any of the above.
Shame
looks
I
like
didn't
it would work.
do any of those. Taking it as cantrips. So.
Anything with fire could light these fuses in a line, if that makes sense, and collapse that tower.
Yeah.
It would be a good shot for any of them. It'd be a difficult shot, but it's certainly possible. The most guaranteed way is still to have somebody stay behind, light those fuses.
We'll be flying at that point, so we could do that.
They will be following as you fly, but yes, I agree. Right. Where were we?
Yeah,
you were identifying.
Yeah.
Yes.
The obsidian pick.
The obsidian pick is essentially going to work in this way. Where is it? What's it called? Name. It's going to have the same effect as a Rhythm Maker's Drum, a +2 Rhythm Maker's Drum. Wondrous item that requires attunement by a bard. While holding this drum reed pick, in this case, you gain a bonus to spell attack rolls and to saving throw DCs of your bard spells. So +2 to DC of bard spells and DC and to attack rolls of bard spells. The bonus is determined by the drum's rarity, in this case +2. As an action, you can play the drum and regain one of your bardic inspiration features.
Wow.
You may also cast Thaumaturgy from, this is not on there, but this is me adding it. You may also cast Thaumaturgy from this pick in order to make both yourself and the music you play louder, and then the Formato Stone will also be able to do that as almost like an external entity with 2 triggers of this. Because I think, I can't remember exactly if Formato Stone says how many times louder you get, or if you just get louder. Thaumaturgy. Up to 3 times as loud as normal, so up to 9 times because they are multiplying off each other. So you go from 3 times louder than normal to 9 times normal. People might need to shield their ears if they're right next to you.
Amazing. What was it called again?
The original item is the Rhythm Maker's Drum from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, but we are skinning this as a pick so you can use it to play your guitar.
Yeah.
Or the loot that you found, and at the same time you have your the microphone that's built into it as well, so it picks up your singing.
Old school.
Old school.
Old school.
Cool.
Amazing. Yay.
Anything? That's what you identified there. Were you trying to identify anything else?
The potion in the flask.
Potion in the flask is a potion of Frost Giant Strength.
Cool.
Doran's crying because Hallight's
not... Yes, Doran's like favorite potions.
It literally is. Like, Bree even got me like a potion of Cloud Giant Strength, but as like a dice little kit. Let it. There's a potion of Cloud Giant Strength.
That's cool.
Yes.
That Hallight's dice.
Thank you, Sam, for a hearty giggle.
Sorry. I didn't know that was your favourite potion. I just thought, what potion will you find in the weightlifter's room?
My favourite range of potions, anyway.
Yeah.
100% students just doping with...
Yeah, I was like, that's doping, that's not fair.
Giant strength potions.
They have to, like, walk through identify, like...
Yeah, have to have identify cast a member for the competition.
Yeah.
See if magical effects are on them.
No, 100% this school is like, if you didn't dope, then that's your fault. You're surrounded by people who make potions.
I feel like they have 2 categories. They have the normal, like, the unaided, and then the let's see what we can fucking do.
Yeah.
Give me records we can break.
But for anyone, listening or in the call right now, anything giant is my favorite thing. I love giants. Oh, I
Giants are
miss
good.
Halite.
I thought that was going to be a Fumble Folk doesn't endorse dope, and then you were going to say endorse.
No.
No.
No,
I
also
also
that.
It's like, hey, D&D Beyond. No, they can pay us first.
Yes.
Exactly. Sure.
That's with anyway.
Found it. Wow.
What about the reins?
Yeah. It's good. Not permanent.
Wow, the what?
The horse rein.
I don't know if you took any.
No, I didn't take any.
Oh, I thought you took them.
No.
Well,
They were like, they were slightly magical, weren't they?
Yes. Yeah.
Whoops.
You can always go back from being at the 500 plus zombies for traps.
Yeah.
It's fine.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, I think at this point you sort of like that took 20 minutes. You have to go. Oh no, Garrick, honey, you can't put them on that side of the tower. Yeah. Fair enough. You guys have this arena ready to go. You know the plan. Are there any other things that you wish to try and do before you enact it specifically? Short rest, I would say, would sort of take you up to the point where the hooded red are beginning to filter back, that you could potentially short rest in this time. I don't know if there's anything you have to recover on a short rest though.
I would like to attune to the.
Yes,
take a short
that's
rest.
true. That's true.
Non-drum.
Short rest would allow you to attune to that.
Did you say about the rigging of the explosives, Bree?
Hmm?
Did Garrick or Diana mention?
Yeah,
the
I think
explosives?
Garrick would have mentioned that the explosives are set up, but
They're
either
all
somebody
good
can stay behind.
to go.
Garrick sort of says, I set it up like that, but I'm happy I can be quiet and I can light those things once they're all inside and I can get out.
Well,
But how can you get out? The arena will be blocked off. You need to fly somehow.
I'm going to be in the tower. Once those things stop filtering in, I'm assuming that's when you're going to start flying. I will drop down.
you're flying too.
I can be invisible.
You're flying. No, you're flying.
You can't be. They will still
can't
see
be
you
invisible.
Yeah, no, that's a
It's
good point.
pointless.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to fly out. I'd have to.
You'll
I'd
need
have
someone
to-
who's extremely stealthy and able to fly by themselves.
You know what? I've got no magic on me, so I'd actually be better off being not invisible to them.
Yeah.
Dewey, what you were saying then?
What was that to be?
I mean, if we can get me some cloth and something to light, I mean, I could potentially be close enough to get a bead on the explosives and just, you know, do my
That's a
thing.
good point. You're extremely skilled in the archery. Could you do it while Dagwin was carrying you?
He can fly himself.
You
Not
can.
really. It would have to be.
His birds can pick him up and stuff.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
can.
It'll be
That
difficult.
makes everything easier.
Yeah, it's not like I saw the spell when you were on the boat. It's not quite like that. They're a bit, you know, they're not. I mean, I can do it, but I don't think I'll be able to outpace them. Like,
You just have to be up.
Yeah, just fly upwards.
They can't get you. They can't fly.
Yes, once you just fly directly upwards, you can go however slow you want. It doesn't matter how fast they are at that point, they won't be able to touch you.
We'll be able to regroup somewhere. I mean, where is the plan to regroup after this? Because we've all said we're going to fly out of here. We just haven't said where we're going to fly to.
Well,
I was assuming just outside the wall.
Right outside the wall? Alright. that makes
yeah,
sense.
well, I mean, that makes sense because then we can see if the barricades work for a start.
If it doesn't, we have more ways to fly further away, I suppose.
Yeah,
Right.
it lasts for this amount of time,
Okay, so
which is
concert draws him in, or a combination of concert and maybe some magic.
Yes.
Are we doing this tower? Are we making it happen?
I don't think we have to.
I don't think we need to.
Okay. Are we trying to slow them down as they come running towards us?
I feel like the fall of 20 foot to the hole would slow them down enough, but we could make them go slower.
Well, to clarify, the hole here, you can see that has blown through the steps, right?
Oh, right. So it's the same as it goes down.
It's like a steady descent down into the area.
I see. Well, we could push some extra rocks in there, make it a bit harder to traverse, instead of blocking it off fully yet. Once Diana takes a short rest, sorry.
All right. Well, Diana is resting. Let's, I should say, tuning to her pick. Yeah, specifically.
Yes.
Let's try and make this terrain a bit more difficult for them to get towards us, and pick a point where we're gonna light his candle.
Or did you have any specific ideas?
I could put an alarm down there. Maybe some tripwires just to get some rocks to fall on them, or at least just to trip them up.
We don't want to hurt them intentionally, that's the only issue. Well, we don't want to kill them intentionally, that's the issue. So if they're not too large rocks and from not too high of a height, then that would be perfect.
Although, they're far enough away at the moment, I think, that if I cast an alarm, it might even just be a little bit of a lure. Slow them down because they're split their attention a bit. I'm going to put some alarm down.
Okay.
Garrett goes to do that. Everybody essentially give me a survival check to try and make the terrain as difficult so that when they come in here, they're not just bum rushing. How far is it?
Could I aid Dewey?
140 foot to the furthest point, I believe. If you're going to go in the furthest point away from the entrance, just bum rushing 140 foot in 2 turns, 3 turns.
What are you aiding me in doing?
In survival to help make the area a bit more difficult terrain.
Knock it up.
Seems to be your area of expertise. Just tell me where to put the rocks.
Okay. Then in that case, thanks. That is 29.
Yeah, you lay down, like, tripwise, not so much, but you make pitfalls
Yes.
during this hour. You don't dig in so deep that there's no way we can get out. You just don't have time to do that. But enough that they trip up. You essentially make it difficult terrain, essentially doubling the number of turns that you're going to have to let this place fill before you guys have to fly and get out of there.
Cool.
Dewey, how far can you shoot an arrow accurately?
Short range.
I mean, I get a lot of range out of my longbow. I mean, I could easily get from. Hang on a minute. Let me count the squares. Oh wait, no, you've got.
Wait, what? Just how
If you
long?
go
How
to
far?
hold and drag.
I could easily get across from the south side of the arena across.
I'd even say actually your best point, I think Derek would help point this out, because he does have height. Top of his tower means they're drawn through here, have to get up to here, climb up and through, and have to then try and get to the top of his tower.
Yeah, that's true.
That gives you the most.
They would have to break down all the barricades first that Halbert put up.
They would have to break. Yeah, they would have to break that, or like break. If you barricaded there, then at least that would allow them to filter through. If that makes sense. It gives you the most possible time for this place to fill to its maximum capacity as possible before you collapse it. Because if you go too early, if you're like, oh, we have to go because the people at the front have gotten to us, then we have to go and.
Well, I mean, I have an idea. Like, we're going to be flying. You can literally just fly above them, and they'll just
continue to surge, and then you collapse the tunnel. Perfect. That makes sense to me now. Yeah.
And we're going to cast the spell like over in this direction already, because if we cast it over here, then they'll just flock around the sides.
Exactly.
Music draws them in, cast fly over here, draw them in, wait until there's a big surge of them, and then collapse this tower. Cool. I understand what the plan is now.
Yeah.
Cool.
What could go wrong?
Fucking metal. Right. You spend this hour making that difficult terrain so that it's going to slow the process by which they will come in, let them pile up more so that you can get a bigger bulk in here without worrying about it reaching maximum capacity soon. You know when you're going to collapse it, you know when you're going to cast a spell. You're attuned. I think I've said that already. Anything else you wish to achieve in this time?
I think that's it. Do you want to take a chunk of crystal before it's too late? I say that out of character because Halba has no idea what the chunk of crystals do.
No. I don't think so.
I mean, they'll probably eat it if they're all around it.
No, they've been in here the whole time, like...
Have they?
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, they haven't eaten it.
Yeah, they must have stumbled in here at some point.
True.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna eat it.
It's such a low ambient effect that you imagine they wouldn't have. They may
It's
have
just a
drawn
sprinkler.
off of it, but not enough to destroy it.
Yeah, it's just a sprinkler.
If it were more powerful, they probably would have destroyed it. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. You guys set yourselves up, and I would like you to put your minis where you're going to start with the music going off, if that makes sense. So put them, minis, your tokens, onto the map.
Okay.
We're right in the middle, so it echoes everywhere.
Yeah,
You might wanna-
The arena is designed to amplify sound from stuff happening in the middle.
We want to be up here first or cast a spell.
We're not casting a spell
Right.
yet, we?
You're gonna play the performance, and then you're gonna cast a spell. I believe fly is touch, so you need to make sure you're together for that.
Yeah, I thought we were going to cast the spell first, then stop playing. Because fly is like an hour. So we can pre-cast it beforehand.
What? Well, no, I thought the music was to draw them in.
Well, the music and the spell. Because the spell goes through walls. I feel like the spell would go...
This is
Would
gonna
be
go
along the
through
range.
walls.
It's fair, honestly.
Okay, I might take the mages to come over.
Yeah,
How?
but like
Yeah.
while they're coming over, then you can still can't play music, and anyone who goes lost to the magic, you can also to the spell. Doesn't really matter what organization we do it in. Really.
Okay.
I think Garrick's alarm thing is going to be a bit further out there, so you're going to get maybe a round of warning before they are, like, through the door and upon you, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It's just what do you... Well, as a spellcaster and a magician, what would you want to do first?
Why wanna rock, bumper?
I would say make all the noise so that they're distracted. I
But then you
think.
could also play guitar while you're flying.
I could do that anyway.
That's true.
I know with the spells, I'll be concentrating the whole time, and
It's fair.
I
That's
will
fair.
remind you as well, the song music will be 9 times louder than normal.
exactly.
It's up to you if you all wish to be standing directly next to Diana when that happens.
I really don't want to, but I don't think I have a choice.
Oh, that's
It
true.
does have
Okay,
thing
then,
fast fly.
and then if we don't think it's gonna take over an
Mechanically,
hour
you'll
for them
be
to
deafened,
get
but
there.
not like permanently deafened. Just while she is casting, you will not be able to hear anything else, if that makes sense.
That's a good question.
Yes.
How long will it take for them to get here? That's a
From
great
where
question.
they were, running full sprint, you have no idea.
Right.
How
Not
long would
within
it
the
take for
within
us
the
to
order
sprint?
of-
Though?
10 minutes or less.
Okay.
All right, cool. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll do the spell first then.
You cast fly at what level?
6.
6th level, and who are you targeting with the fly spell?
Targeting. Me, Garrick, Diana, and Halibut.
You are Diana.
Yes.
You said me, Garrick, Diana.
Taxes.
Why going to say taxes? There we are.
No,
I was like, am I wrong?
Wait, am I Taxes or am I Diana?
You, Garrick,
I was-
taxes, and
I was like, I didn't say myself.
Halibut. Because we know Dagwen can fly, and we know
And Dewey
that,
can fly.
Dewey can fly. Cool.
Yeah.
But Dad was not
even
popping
though...
her wings yet because they only last a minute.
You cast a
Fucking
6th level.
what?
No, 6th level? 5th level
6th
spell.
level.
6.
6th level.
Oh yeah, you do have 6 levels. Yeah, you cast a 6th level spell. In your head, you hear. I don't know what you just did, but a lot of them are coming towards you now. I can see them.
We're getting ready to trap them in this place, so...
Perfect.
Yeah.
May guile and wit serve you.
Thank you for distracting them.
It's not all of them. Some of them are still here.
Okay. Just, enjoy the show.
What?
Diana, sign off. Diana signs off on it on the brain link.
You cut off the link. I'm imagining fucking hard rock. I'm not any months, and I'm imagining the intro to Master of Puppets just fucking done.
Yeah.
As you are doing that, I feel it's appropriate to take a break as we flash back to several hundred feet in the other direction as ting, 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 and a heavy splashing sear of steam as a sword is drawn out from cooling and is done sometime in the past, and we will rejoin our session with that.
All right.
Yo, what? Zeke been doing? Oh.
Yeah. Right. Cool. Do you say we're going to a break? Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Cool. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Cool. Yeah. All right. See you guys in a minute. Bye.
BRB.
Lucian, it's
Hello.
Hello, everybody. We're back. We are with most of our party in the sports arena, setting up, laying the terrain, blocking the exits, and already having cast a powerful spell to draw some, but not all, of the Hoodoo Drudge school. And a powerful rock concert starting, punk rock rebellion doing what it does best, and launching into insane amount of noise to draw all of them here. In my head, it's definitely Master of Puppets, as we said. We move back an indeterminate amount of time. Zeke, if you're honest with yourself, you don't know how long you've been doing this. You do know you haven't slept. You have 2 levels of exhaustion. Because you have been working at this forge, or in the times between where you would be sleeping, waiting for things to get to heat, you maybe catch 5 minutes of sleep before you are jostled awake and know it is time to work again. The start of it was taking the chain off from around your neck, which you have not done in nearly 2 months. It is not finished, but as you move your finger along the rings, many of them are no longer making a sonorous hum. They are making the noise that brought them the most joy in life. You've learned a lot about these 14. But the 2 orcs, 2 craftsmen, as you have come to know them, want to sculpt your face, sculpt you into who you need to be in a moment. They still hum. But they also stand beside you, tell you which hammer to lift, which point of the blade to strike, and when time is right, how best to melt the chain into a solid ingot, a solid piece, a core. How to shape it just into the right tang so that the silver will not bend along the middle when you try and strike. And then you take the German silver, this mix of this. I need to. Should have checked this and tell you, but this is this ingot that is silverish in color, but not expensive, not a valuable, precious metal. Kind of made to look that way, but really it's about making nice things on an affordable way, a way that people, every person, can connect with and have, and durable, something that will last, something that is strong, and for the people. You, again, melt it into a pliable ingot, move it around the core, it gives it strength. There's magic in that, and there's magic in what you do. And there's magic in this forge, but it's your hands that make it so. With one last hammer strike of a chiseled blow, put the last rune along the blade. You know now, as you've been working non-stop in this heat, that there is one thing left to do. All of the voices in this sword sing their joy, sing what made them happiest in this world. And even as you hold this blade in your hand, the hum of the two brothers become the sounds of hammers on metal, not unfamiliar to you over the past few days. It takes a moment to realize it's not your own hands making that noise as you step in your delirium. It is smoky in here, it is hot, you are sweating, your muscles feel like they are swollen to twice their size, or at least they hurt like they do. I swear your beard has finally grown in. You swear the hair in your head has finally grown in as well to a decent length. You do not know the hours, you do not know what time it is, but you do know that this blade is nearly done. The harmonic forge demands one last thing. It is song that brings enchantment into these blades. You know many songs. You are part of a punk rock band. Before that, you were a warrior. Before that, you were someone's son. What kind of song do you sing into this blade?
He's been thinking about it a lot over the couple of days that he's been doing this. He's bandied between songs that he learned when he was becoming a soldier, songs that his mother would sing to him, songs that he would hear Oz Nemesis play, but the one that he keeps coming back to is the reason that he's here. And he's going to sing We're Done.
Make a performance check with advantage. Ignoring the disadvantage from your exhaustion, full advantage in this moment.
Performance is it's not great, it's a 14.
Not bad at all.
He is not a singer.
He's not a singer. He's a warrior, he is a warlock, he is many, many things. As you hold the last notes, the occasional warble, but really sticking to the note as long as there is breath in your lungs, you have to close your eyes just to force the last bit out. And when you stop and take a breath into your harsh lungs, harshened by the smoke, harshened by letting everything out, No breath comes back in. It feels raw, and your lungs still hurt and are sore. As you open your eyes, you are no longer standing in this forge. You are surrounded by shadow with ash and dust at your feet. The horizon seems to stretch forever in all directions.
Just gonna search around, I guess. If there's no one immediately, or nothing immediately, I'm just gonna start wandering in a direction.
You start wandering, trying to pick out shapes in the distance, anything to tell you where you are. 2 days without sleep. Who knows, you could have fallen asleep. Feels strange enough. Eventually you see a shape like a shadow, maybe 500 foot away. It's almost like a mild sandstorm with the ash occasionally blown by light winds here. But the shadow seems to be moving with purpose in a direction a little to the right of you. But they look like a humanoid figure. Human size, maybe, if not human in nature.
If it hasn't caused me any worry so far, then just gonna gently turn to them. Hello.
Hello.
Who are you?
As they're talking, they do not slow their pace. They keep moving in that direction. I'm Dunma. I was Dunma. You know that's not the name of anybody you know.
Mm-hmm. Where are you going?
They raise a hand pointing as they are walking, not running, just slowly walking as you follow the direction of their pointing. You can see almost beyond the horizon more of these dark figures slowly making their way to a point on the distance. Almost looks like a figure sat upon a throne far, far on the horizon. Can't make out details, but you can feel their eye on you, them, everyone in this place. Behind you, you hear sound like a match striking, and you turn to see the only light you have seen in this place, a small candle being lit by a match. As your mother stands there, a candle in hand, a little candle holder, just clutching it close. Hello.
Gonna immediately just
She just brings you into a big hug.
What is this?
Well, from what I understand, this is where we go next. And for what I told you, your time here. No matter how determined you seem to be to get here. You brought some friends as well.
I think they're a bit more than that now.
I think so. I think he wants to speak with you, you know.
Who?
She gently lifts the candle, and you just see the light at the tip flicker and drift through the sky, getting faster and faster, until it slowly reaches that throne, so far away on the horizon. Your mother is no longer standing beside you. But as you watch that small bead of light on the distance reach the throne, you feel eyes upon you. You know you're being watched with scrutiny at this point. And you hear a voice. A voice sounds male. Not too old, maybe middle-aged. A little sad, but beyond anything. Tired. Not in a exhausted with everything kind of way, just like it's been a long day, and the day has never ended. Oh, you're here again. Hello, Ezekiel.
Hello.
But you're alive. It's not your time yet. I heard your song.
It wasn't my song. It doesn't belong to me.
Songs don't really belong to anybody. There's a lot of time in this place. A lot of people who come. You've had one foot in the grave for a very long time. Nice to finally talk.
Am I able to somewhat piece together who it is that I'm speaking
Make a
to?
religion check.
Just because Ben knows doesn't mean that Zeke does. Oh, that's not bad. It's a 12.
For the last 50 years, the deities of Arglania and Osasris have been largely suppressed in their teachings. It's difficult to forget the big three, or big four. Atuna being biggest, but no longer here. Tatuna being goddess of magic. Phillbeard, god of rest, but also strength from the mountain and the earth. For a long time, Ivan has been someone who you knew as the god of death, and now know.
Going to immediately drop to my knees.
Oh, no, don't. You don't need to do that. Ezekiel, there's too much to say. But there's a lot I appreciate. One of them, what you've done. You begin to see the ghosts you have come to know. Begin to step from behind you and slightly forward. It's a hard thing for a soul to rest. It is not an easy thing. Least of all for them. It is a good thing that you have done for them. More importantly, Ezekiel, is a kind thing that you have done for them. But it's time for them to come home.
Can I say goodbye before you do?
I think nothing would be more fitting.
Am I able to actually physically touch these people for the first time since I've known them? Like
Who do you reach for first?
The same person that it started with, Zeri.
Zeri reaches out a hand to you as you do, and your fingers interlace. It's physical.
I'm going to pull her immediately into the biggest hug that I can.
She is the same height as you, but swinging and hugging in this moment as the ghosts all just breathe out like a sigh of relief and joy and happiness and being able to pass on knowing that their business is done and that wouldn't have happened without you.
I'm going to walk up to each of them and hug them and tell them thank you.
As you do, you walk, I'm going to say first up and most just sort of fair. You see two of the ones that you first satisfied, two of them. You see Larendef, this elderly elf, very fastidious, and gives you a brief hug and then it gets pulled, a brief bow and gets pulled into hugs. Correct. If I may say something.
Cool.
Stay curious. And then they begin to turn and walk towards the front of either. Anif, this non-binary androgynous Goliath or giant folk warrior, approach in kindness, but carry strength. She claps you heavily as they take a heed. She claps you heavily on the shoulder and then follows.
As Anith goes to before, I'm presuming without the hug, I will just stand and salute as they walk away.
They do a different kind of salute, like a fist across their chest, but salute you back all the same.
I will then turn to Thandos.
Thandos walks up to you, this dwarven father. Don't be afraid to be assertive. Assertion is not aggression, it's standing up for yourself, standing up for what's right. Good on you, lad. Waits just a moment as Renee, this dwarven mother. I'm not good at words. Love deeply, love generously. And little Bryn, chocolate still on their face, looks up at you and says, "Not even looking up at you about your height." Well, no, a little. Appreciate the little things. They nod, and the family wanders to the next life.
I'll walk over to the human man and the elven woman who I haven't had a chance to learn their name.
You see this man and woman holding hands. You've seen them in the past holding hands together in these loving poses. And you just say, one of them, the man says, just allow love to hold you close. The woman says, do not fear it. Do not run from it. Face it as you would an enemy. Hold it as close as you would a friend.
Before you go, can I know your names?
The man says, I am Graham. And she says, I am Hantavel. Our love was not long for this world. We faced it fearlessly all the same. And they begin walking towards Ivan.
We'll turn to Gina and immediately just.
Gina the gnome
I just immediately just pull her straight into a hug because I know what
pulls
she
you
wants.
straight into a hug. Pulls you straight into a hug and just whispers into your ear, hey Zeke,
Yeah.
be gay. Do crimes.
Sounds gay. I
I just farted. And she gives you one last big hug, not letting you get away from it before she walks on to the next life.
I'll go to Kaniki next, the halfling woman.
Who again matches your height, just looks towards you. Are you sort of like staring towards, probably knowing best of any of them what is coming? Seek it is, it's not weakness. Have faith in something bigger than yourself. It's a strength. Faith is a strength. She goes in.
Yeah.
And then makes her way.
We'll then turn to the Dragonborn.
Dragonborn.
I have only very briefly ever seen.
You only ever saw him that time you truly, really wanted to drink and did not. He looks down at you, kneels down in front of you to embrace you. Always hold a place in your heart for hope. Don't let it die.
What is your name, my friend?
I am Ornicul.
And I will pull him back in for a hug. Thank you.
Tell Dagwen. It's all right. Everything is all right.
I will.
Stand up to their full towering height and make their way towards the next life.
There's only 3 left. And I don't know who to approach first.
Zeri has not left yet, but so there are 4.
Okay. So there are 4 left.
There are 4.
Then as
Zeri is standing.
happening,
Zeri is standing a little bit further back, I should say.
Then I will walk up to Veritas first.
He looks to you. He does not go to hug you. There is a thin line, Ezekiel, a very thin line between justice and revenge. Make sure you know what you seek. And once you do, never relent.
Reach my hand out to shake his hand.
He will do that. Firm handshake. Dusts himself off a little bit and begins walking to the next life.
And before I turn to the brothers, I'm going to hold my hand out to Zeri to come and get her to hold my hand.
She just immediately comes up and holds your hand.
And I will turn to the brothers, who are the people that I have seen the most, and I still don't know their names. They disappear so quickly every time.
You think you would have asked us our names? Probably at some point, right?
I'm just going to turn to the two of you and just be, well, if you didn't keep telling me to keep my mouth shut while you were changing my face, then maybe I could have.
No appreciation for the arts, none at all. They both lean down towards you. I am Gargosh, and I am Tubna.
Thank you, my brothers.
Thank you, and remember, through hard work you can make a world you're proud of. Just have to lift the hammer.
And then, again, the person that it started with.
You are left alone.
Tears flooding down Zeke's face, and just going to turn and grab Zeri again and pull her in for a hug.
She just gives you the biggest hug. You do not know how long you are in this hug for. You cannot remember if it's you or her arms that begin to give out and slowly release the other. And as she finally takes a step back, see your mother take her hand gently. And the two of them begin walking into the next life. And you are
Sam. And I'll stand up, and I will turn to look at Ivan.
You feel his gaze on you. Oh, it's a very kind thing that you did there. I'm very thankful.
They did me the kindness. They taught me what it's like to live again.
Funny how the dead can do that. What's that in your hand? You see this blade you have grabbed.
Not so long ago, I would have called it a weapon. But I think now it's more of a tool.
You
Symbol.
feel it gently raising out of your grasp. And almost into this like middle distance where you can see it perfectly, but you know they can as well. Well made.
Not bad for a beginner craftsman.
Call it a weapon, and call it a tool. What do you call it?
You'll stop and just stare at it for a long time. It's made for something and by something and to help people who I think I all consider the same. And I apologize, I'm going to butcher the pronunciation of this. I'm going to call it Tilu. Teulu.
Teely.
Taily.
Taily.
Haley. Thank you. Told you I was going to butcher it.
I asked a Welsh person earlier because I wasn't sure. What's this? Taily. Elvish. Same name as the blade in our world. Same language as the blade. I like it. May it serve you well. With my favor. This quiet space, the realm of Ipin. Space where the dead come on their path to seek rest. Taily turns to your hand. You attune to the artifact you have created here. And you can add Taily to your inventory. Well, I need to do that for you in a second. And you feel changing in your pact as you become a Hexblade Warlock. And as you begin to embody this being between one life and the next, dead and alive, you hear a sound that would wake the dead. You hear Diana fretting on a guitar, louder than she has any right to be. Somewhere else. You hear that same tired but eternal voice saying, "Seems like your family are calling you." Serve me well, Ezekiel. Serve this world well. Begin to feel the sand disappear beneath your feet until it is no longer this grey-black sand. White moisture, almost black moisture. And then you feel continuing to fall as you are falling through the sky. It's a very important thing to know what Taily does right now, so I'm going to make sure you send over that and can read it. But as we are sending that over to you, I'd like you to roll me a D100, and then I would like you to roll me another D100.
A sound that can wake the dead is a pretty cool transition.
The first one was a 20, the second one was a 67.
20 and then a 67. You know what? That's so appropriate. Cool. We're gonna wait. 20 to 67. Yeah. Cool. Okay. You are falling, and I need to put this on your character sheet. You know what? I'm just gonna send it to you in your DMs because we don't have time for all that because you are falling from the sky.
Oh shit!
The foot in the grave property is going to be the most important thing for you here. And I'm going to say that this does not count against your uses per long rest. As blade in hand, alighting as you all looking up, seeing a sort of boom in the clouds above you, this vampiric black clouds that has been in the sky above you. You see a figure falling from there as this music is playing, rocketing towards the center of this Colosseum. Zeke, you can see an army of these undead rushing towards this arena to swarm the place and overfill it. You're going to have maybe 2-3 minutes with everybody down there, assuming you don't, die as soon as you hit the ground. Is there anything you'd like to do as you're falling from the sky?
I am going to get everyone's attention, first of all, and point them with the sword to where the direction that they're coming from.
You guys see a figure from the sky. Everybody make me a perception check who's on the ground.
What the fuck is that?
You do not have disadvantage because you're deafened, but not blinded. Apart from you, you have one eye. You still
I have one eye. What is that? Master Fairfoot, is that one of your birds, Master Fairfoot?
Like punching a fucking hole through this vampiric cloud in the sky.
That's no bird. That's a gnome. Dwarf.
Dwarf. Dwarf.
See? I had 20 lots. 20 lots.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane?
Can Zeke also fly? Who else can fly in this party that I don't know about?
Is it a bird? Is it a zeppelin that is currently being thought up in Heed, where I've never been?
You watch as this figure, whether you know it is Zeke or not, point a blade towards where you suspect, and now know there is a horde waiting to break into this Colosseum, this arena. It'll be a Colosseum soon. There'll be blood sports in it very soon. Anything else you'd like to do as you are falling, Zeke?
Panic.
Panic? Have you read Tealy?
Yeah, I have. Yes.
Or Taily. Sorry.
Taily. And as I'm panicking, because don't know that I can do this yet, because literally,
I think I would like to say that you have an understanding of this blade.
Okay.
When you attune to it, for the little things to be aware of. I'm going to roll them. I'm going to take the 20 and the 67 in the order that are most appropriate here. There is going to be a first level spell you can cast as an action from it. I will determine that because that's up to the DM. And I didn't know you'd roll that one. And there is going to be the fact that while you are attuned to this, you have disadvantage on saving throws against poison. Specifically alcohol,
yes.
More than anything else.
Then, should I know exactly what this thing can do, then as I get alongside Diana, I will invoke the Foot in the Grave feature and immediately ground to a halt, standing next to them all go. Up.
You watch as Zeke bursts into these sort of grey silver flames around their body, looks slightly more ethereal, and then lands in this slowed fashion. It's hovering just slightly off of the ground.
Can't really stand next to me, so.
Float next to you, then.
What? No, you can't be next to me. You'll...
And as you say, sup, you know you have maybe a couple of minutes before they're going to be Hoodoo streaming.
And I'm just going to look at you and go, like, literally next to Diana and go, should I not be here?
You try and talk, you cannot hear yourself over the sound that is being emanated.
Yeah, you shouldn't be here.
then as that happens, I'll just kind of go and float over to everyone else.
As you float over, you begin to feel the magic fade. You land to your feet as you go to the others. You have to shout at the top of your lungs. We play shout, or act shout here, to hear yourselves talk in this space. It's like the loudest rock concert you've ever been to, as Diana is drawing them all here. Yeah, like I said, you've got maybe a minute left.
Zeke, have you gained the ability to fly?
Yeah, kind of.
Dagwood, stay next to him!
Stay next to him!
Zeke doesn't do the like thieves can't sign language, does he?
Yep. But you can see that chain is no longer around their neck. They are not carrying the Guardian's charge, but they do have this sword in their hands. As you see the rushing begin,
Derek, how close?
walking now! You have a round, but if it's okay with everybody, as the undead begin pouring into the arena, the party reunited, that is where we're going to wrap up for today. I know it's a bit early, but it seems appropriate before we get into a huge combat, or at least a huge initiative.
No combat here.
No combat
No
necessary.
combat here. Just go
But it gives
away.
us the Avengers style camera panning around and
Yeah, it's like fucking zombie apocalypse, just this
Silent,
final
like-
step.
floating
like
just a little
Daisy.
bit off the ground, shredding and singing and
Yeah. Yeah. We'll pick this up next time.
Yeah.
oh boy, it's gonna be tricky. We go do it.
So far, everything is going according to plan. Except for a gnome dwarf falling from the sky.
Yeah.
That, surprisingly, I didn't imagine.
I was like, I could have him like ghost his way over to you, but that's so much cooler.
I thought you'd be out there and it'll be okay, but no.
Nope.
Thought there was a good plan, but it's not a good plan.
It's a good plan.
It's
Okay.
fine.
You have a
Dewey can
strong
fly by
dragonborn.
himself. Dewey can fly by himself, and if not, Dagwood's there. They can probably carry 2 small people.
Fast, we'll get out of the way.
Oh.
It'll be alright.
No plans for his first gnome dwarf falling from the sky.
No, it's true. It's true. Can I also say this rock here looks like a mushroom? I've been looking at it for like an hour.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I noticed that, right?
It looks like a mushroom.
It does.
Shout out to Incarnate for
For your mushroom boulders.
I would not have had time to do this without Incarnate, and it's been-
But yeah, thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you. And also, this is the 14th of Yonao, which I'm realizing means this is like true peak midwinter. Like, this is the middle of winter, like as you're doing.
It must be fucking cold. 'cause
Fucking
there's also no sun because of the fucking cloud
Yeah.
guy constantly.
I want it to be summer.
Also,
Too bad.
Yeah.
eh.
Hey.
When the summer sun comes is the time that the rebellion has won.
Mhm. Spring marks
On the other
failure
hand,
of Tevi's oath, and
I was going to say, we don't have long until Yotebi's oath to kill us before the end of winter
Yeah, we'll stay here and
is done.
learn
she's
spells.
running out of days to do
Yeah,
something about it.
We'll just stay here
He's
and
probably
learn
gonna kill
spells and it'll be
Halite.
fine.
It's fine.
Stay in the
Ah,
library.
he left. That's his fault.
He's gonna kill Halite. It's fine. It's partially her quota filled in it, right? Give it an extension at least.
Right. Cool. Thank you very much, Sam. Thank you everybody for playing. Thank you everybody for watching. Yeah, a couple of announcements. I guess next Monday is Chasing Shadows. Our level 16 campaign. And also we currently have a sale on in our store and on our Etsy store as well, and we have Doran has shown them off. We have all these things which you can get at 20% off because it's Fumble Focus birthday. Yay, we are 2 years old.
2 years old.
But yeah, you can get the Ritual Spellbook and Witch class for D&D 5e. So
It's so
yeah,
good.
go and
It's so
check
good.
out all
Yeah,
the
this will work.
amazing new spells and the Witch class. And
The
yeah,
art alone it's amazing. And then like
my clairvoyant baby.
ooh,
But yes, that is 20% off. You can also get our custom-made Witch's Bloom dice. Doran, can you do the thing? Yeah, that. Can you do the thing that you do with the dice?
They are out of focus, while Doran gets his in focus. There's in focus.
Focus, damn you.
They're so pretty. They're so pretty. Ooh.
But yes, you can get the dice and the book in like a witchy bundle, and 20% off. Almost. There it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for mine.
yeah, on Etsy and on our web store. Another little shout out. Wanna shout out Geek Etched for providing us with these glasses. My bardic glass. Whoop whoop whoop. Yeah. But yeah, you can find them on. There it is. You can find them on Etsy as well. Phil, did you get the link?
I'm showing off the merchandise.
But yeah, you could get these on Etsy as well. I'm pretty sure he will do any kind of combination that you like. So yeah, just message him and you can do that. Yeah. That's it. We will see you next Monday for some more D&D. Yeah, so we are gonna raid Wild Witch RP.
We have witchy stuff, and we're going to raid a witch.
Witches have, they've just come back from a break. This is
Perfect.
episode 1 of, I guess, in a campaign or something that they're doing. So yeah, we're gonna go and see that. They're in initiative, I think. So it's fun times. But yeah, let's do that. When we go over, say hi. Yeah, I think that's it from me. If anyone else wants to say anything.
We love you all.
Highlight misses you.
Hello, misses you.
Highlight misses you. Well, we miss Highlight.
We do miss Highlight.
Can't wait for Halbert to die.
Wow.
It's not true. I don't want him to die either.
Next level, I'll teleport there and teleport Highlight back, and then it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Hey, look, we'll just put this human noble in the middle of the rebellion and see what happens to him.
Lol.
It's time to be a prisoner again.
But yes, thank you for everyone for joining us, and we will see you next Monday. Bye bye.
Test the self-obsessed, self-confessed, self-professed divinity, nobility. Your god is a fraud, so stop. We're done with the violence and the fury and the cruelty. I said we're done. We will win the war, we'll win the fight, the end's inside. All you see in us is barbarian, but all we want is to be equalitarian. We will rock, we will never stop, standing on the top of the hilltop, and we will mock viciously, capriciously. We're tired of assault and the bigotry. You seem so full of wit and chivalry, but when we knock at your door, you'll break. We're done. We have fire in our veins, and we will break these chains. We're done. We won't be ripped apart. You will be burned and battle scarred. We're tired of assault and bigotry. We'll stand and mock you viciously. Through music we captivate. Through songs and words we propagate. We'll mock and smear and slander. Infiltration, propaganda. After years is finally resolution. It's time to start the revolution. We're done.